Good day. Terrence Walker, interRel Consulting Partners, Consulting Practice Lead, Consolidations Practice Lead. Really excited today to welcome one of our friends from Oracle, that being Madam Maggie Reed, who is an Hyperion product management team member. More specifically, she's a principal product manager at Oracle, here to lead us today in our webcast, what's new and what's coming in financial close. As a reminder, as we go through the webcast content, you guys are more than welcome to include chat content or questions to the panel, because at the end, time permitting, we would like to open up for a brief Q&A with Margaret so that she can answer any questions that you guys pose. So with that, no further ado, I present Maggie Reed.
Thanks, Terrence. Welcome everybody to today's session. Terrence, I'm having a little problem here. We would not go to the next slide. I'm not going to be able to do it in presentation mode. Okay. Right. Right, so the first slide that I want to talk about safe harbor, because we're going to be talking about future items. This is not a promise on delivery of when it will be delivered or what will be delivered or if it'll be delivered. But we're just talking about what we have right now on the roadmap. So the agenda, first we will talk about on-premises. Then we'll talk about an overview of financial close. Then we'll concentrate on consolidation and close, account reconciliation and reporting. First, let's talk about on-premise. Okay. Oracle is committed to supporting their applications with premier support through 2030. And that's not just EPM applications, but that's all applications. Enhancements will be driven by customer requests and priority. And what we will deliver those items through the PSU process. So when you have a new release come out, they will not include enhancements. They will generally be a infrastructure update, so update to new operating systems, new new infrastructure that way. Office access, office, different things like that. So here's the support policies and the links to those, and I'm sure you probably all have them bookmarked, but then you have the lifetime support index. And what that means is, what is support, what are the policies for Oracle, and then the second one is actually for the individual applications of when premier support is, when extended support is, etc. And then we also have two knowledge article documents on the error correction policy. So first is on-premise release. So for 11.124, we will support through, for 11.124 will be supported through enhancements, so premier support through December 2020, and then it will be extended support that we will support on 11.124 through December of 2021. 11.2, which is our next on-premise release, is scheduled to be released mid-2019, and it will have premier support through December of 2030. But as I had said on one of the previous slides, what this release will be when it is initially released will just be an infrastructure release. So it will be an uplift to our Fusion middleware 12G release. It again will have the latest and greatest on support for Office, for operating system, etc. And then the defect fixing, third-party certification updates and enhancements will be with the Premier support through 2030. And all additional enhancements will be delivered through PSUs. Okay, so that's the end of on-premise discussion. We're going to talk now about the EPM Cloud and what's going on with close and consolidation with EPM Cloud. So what we have is we have a comprehensive suite of products to support financial close. It's not just consolidation. So we do have financial consolidation. We also have close process orchestration. What you all think of on-prem is the close manager, financial close management, that's close process orchestration. We also have account reconciliation and compliance, tax, transfer pricing, transaction matching. We also have intelligent process automation, and we have narrative reporting and disclosures. As you can see over the lifeline of Oracle's financial consolidation and close, we started 30 years ago with consolidation, with a consolidation product. And as the years have gone by, we have added additional features and functionality to that, so that now what we have is end-to-end tools that help you complete your financial close process. So that includes, Excel, add-in supplemental data, as well as, financial data quality management, analytics link for on-prem, and then we have the full suite of products on the EPM Cloud. So currently, for EPM Cloud for consolidation, it has been out as part of EPM Cloud for 3 years at the end of May. And over those 3 years, we have added a lot of different features and functionality to EPM Cloud, and now we cover all of the capabilities of HFM are now covered as part of EPM Cloud. So that includes configurable calculations and translations, advanced consolidations, ownership management. We have journals. We also have extended dimensionality. So pretty much everything that you can do in HFM, you can do in EPM Cloud. But we're not just consolidation. We also have supplemental data collection. We also have close monitoring and orchestration, transaction matching, variance analysis. So we have a full suite of products, full suite of capabilities to help you do end-to-end financial close. We also have a lot of innovations that you can't do on-premise, but that you can do as part of EPM Cloud. So we have intelligent process automation, which I'll take you through a short demo towards the end of this presentation. Automated consolidation, machine learning, chatbots, etc. We have a lot of customers. We have over 1,000 subscriptions now to the consolidation, financial close and consolidation part of EPM Cloud. I want to highlight actually just a couple. Arby's is actually an HFM conversion, went from HFM to financial close and consolidation on the cloud. And as well as we've got Investec and Caesars and Aspen Group. So we have a lot of different customers on financial close and consolidation. The 1,200 plus customers are those customers who are all the suite of products, including account reconciliation, including reporting, including tax and consolidation. But in the consolidation group, we have roughly 1,000, a little over 1,000 customers on EPM Cloud. So now we're going to talk about and dive into some of the things that have come recently, new improvements to the EPM Cloud, the consolidations, as well as what's coming. So first thing is moving from HFM to EPM Cloud. On EPM Cloud Marketplace, we have a tool that is an HFM to EPM Cloud migration tool. So what it does is it's going to migrate your HFM metadata and your data, if you want it to the HFM Cloud, excuse me, to EPM Cloud. As part of this marketplace that you have access to on the tool, we have the actual tool, the migration tool. We also have some best practices out there on how to migrate the remaining artifacts in HFM, including data, journals, forms, member lists, etc., and also how to transform your HFM rules. Because in financial close and consolidation on EPM Cloud, a lot of the rules that you have written in HFM are seeded out of the box. So what we did when we built consolidations on the cloud, what we did is we took what we knew HFM did really well, and we moved that part to the cloud, and what it didn't do well, we added to that and made EPM Cloud much more robust. So on HFM, everything was built. So you really just had a tool that you went through and you built everything, metadata through member lists, all the rules were VB script. So what we did with EPM Cloud is we have actually seeded a lot of those rules that are part of your subcalculate. We have out of the box functionality so that you don't have to write a lot of those rules. We also start you out with a seeded set of metadata so that you can use that metadata and augment it to meet your needs. We also, as part of the migration tool, have given you some example HFM applications that we have migrated from HFM to EPM Cloud. And the methodology for how to migrate your HFM app to EPM Cloud is also documented. And again, that's all part of the EPM Cloud Marketplace. So this is the migration tool. It's really straightforward and very easy to use. And these are just some items just to keep aware of. It uses lifecycle management. It takes the capabilities and validations that we have in EPM Cloud into account, and it works with the latest monthly release. I will tell you that right now, this tool works with the two-dimensional EPM Cloud consolidation application. It will work in the next couple of months with the four-dimension application. There's also an HFM reports to EPM Cloud solution. So EPM Cloud Consolidation uses the exact same reporting tool that you all use for HFM. We have additional reporting tools, but you also have what you all consider financial reports. That's part of EPM Cloud as well. So what we've done is we take those HFM reports and migrate them to EPM Cloud. And that is also part of the Cloud Marketplace. The next thing is the intelligent process automation. So this automates, tasks that will allow your users to go out and do things, better suited to what they should be doing as opposed to manual tasks. So where tasks need to have manual intervention, we automate the part that doesn't need that manual intervention. So automated consolidations is one of those. You don't have to go out and kick off a consolidation. We actually will take account of what the statuses are and if it needs to be consolidated, it'll kick off a consolidation. So there are 3 different types of tasks that are intelligent. One is completely automated. Consolidation can be one of those. Account reconciliations that are 0 balance, that can be one of those. System monitoring. So if you're waiting for something to happen in another system, maybe it's a general ledger, finished processing that you want to load, so we can wait for that. Also, if there's tasks that the end user needs to be part of, so maybe it's something that they need to answer a question of whether they followed your policies and procedures in doing a certain task. So here's the intelligent process automation flow. From EPM Cloud to EPM Cloud, it's automated. So there's nothing that you actually, that's a process to leverage, that you have to leverage between those two. We also have what we call an integrated cloud service that allows us to access other systems, so on-premise systems, EBS, other general ledgers, HFM on-premise, or if you have other on-premise EPM tools as well, then we can use that through using the integrated cloud service. So this is the roadmap slide that you all have all seen before. So recent highlights, so we have advanced consolidation. So we have a full suite of advanced consolidations, including configurable consolidation rules. We have seeded consolidation rules out there, and then you can take those seeded consolidation rules and configure them to meet your needs. We also have the HFM migration toolkit that we just talked about. We also have performance improvement, and then we have process control. So process control, it is not phase submissions yet, but it is process control that is out there. And we are also working on a whole lot of new features and functionality, including a seeded rule for equity pickup. We also are going to have account type flexibility. So for those of you that need to have all of your balance sheet in like debit credit format, and you want to see everything with an asset type, you will be able to switch your seeded accounts to assets, even though they're seeded as perhaps liability or equity. We also are having input currency. So this will allow you to input additional journals, adjustments to alternate currencies other than what is your entity currency. So it's a whole lot of different line items, and then there's some other items that that we are also looking forward to. So at the investment register for advanced consolidation, archiving of data, year-to-date journals, and the supplemental data manager being integrated with the planning cloud. So we recently delivered the consolidation trail report, which gives you all of the details, including manual journal entries and adjustments and multi-gap adjustments for all of the children for any parent entity. So you can see what makes up all of the children's contribution into a parent entity. And next is a slide that kind of shows you, I know it has a lot on it, so it may be a little small for you all, especially that I can't be in presentation mode. However, this will tell you like all of the details of what makes up that contribution for every one entity. So the first one was entity HLTD, and I think it's what that says. And you can tell, what all of the different items were. So you have original balance, and you've got manual journals, you've got eliminations, you've got adjustments, and it takes you all the way across on what makes up those. So year-to-date replace mode. When we first came out with EPM Cloud Consolidation, we replace only in periodic mode. So even if you were loading on a year-to-date basis, when it replaced, it was replacing on the periodic basis. It loaded to year-to-date, but it was clearing out on a replace only the periodic data. Now we truly have year-to-date replace. So if you are loading on a year-to-date basis and you are replacing, what it will do is it will zero out all of the year-to-date values and load in your data as year-to-date. Extended dimensions came out as a release in 1810, and so we're going on 6 months now of extended dimensionality. We went through a rigorous preview program with 7 to 8 different customers who put it through its paces, and we're very happy with it, and they are very happy with it. We have several customers who are actually live using extended dimensionality. So it's support for up to 4 custom dimensions. And remember that in EPM Cloud Consolidation, some of the dimensions that you all consider custom dimensions on-premise are seeded dimensions in EPM Cloud, like the movement dimension, or you may call it the roll forward dimension on-premise, the data source dimension, or which can also be called data type or nature or something along those lines on-premise. Those dimensions are seeded. So this is additional for custom dimensions. There is no migration from a 2-dimension application to a 4-dimension application. It does require a rebuild with minimal changes, minor modifications to those specific dimensions. We also have process management, which recently came out as well. Again, this is process management. We are using the same type of process management that is used for cloud planning. So EPM Cloud Planning, it's the exact same functionality and process of using the user interface is the same. So if you're used to that, it'll be much similar process for close and consolidation. Have a lot of hidden slides that I'm not going to show. We also have on-demand rules. So on-demand rules are similar to the calculations that you have in HFM that you can add to, like forms and things in HFM that are not part of your consolidation or calculation process. That's the same type thing that you have now for close and consolidations on the cloud. So they're on-demand rules. They're built using Calc Manager, and they follow the same premise from the capabilities of what functions you can use, validation and deployment, etc., that you currently use for insertion point rules or custom calculation rules. The same type thing. And they are calculations outside of the consolidation process, so you can invoke them from the rules card, or you can attach them to a data form. And then if you do attach them to the data form, instead of using the runtime prompt like you would from the rules card, it will use the POV from the form. So journals and input data. So this is going to allow you to post journals to different currency than entity currency. And eventually, we will allow data input to those, not just by journals. You will be able to actually load data or enter it through a form or smart view into alternate currencies as well. And as part of this project, you're also going to be able to add new data source member for journal posting, and data source members additional parents underneath total input and adjusted. So if you want to, sort your items underneath that for your data sources, certain ways you'll be able to do that. So if you can group them together. We also now have the top member processing option. So what that means is that for a lot of our seeded calculations, you can elect to only have that process for the top of custom dimensions, and it will take the top of those custom dimensions, and the result of that calculation will be stored in the no member of that custom dimension. It very much is a performance improvement for two-dimensional applications for level 0 members. We have seen a lot of customers who have said that they got like somewhere between 25 to 30% performance improvement. However, on the extended dimensionality, it is recommended that you not turn this on. So we also have some innovations, automated consolidations, and chatbots. So chatbots, we have so many people, and probably a lot of you all out there that have grown up, with Siri or Alexa or Hey Google, etc. That they're used to being able to get things done by saying. You can hear my Alexa now that I said that. Alexa, stop. Alexa, stop. Sorry. I shouldn't have said that one. So this is the demo that I was going to show you. It's a multi-slide demo. So basically, you can see the EPM bot and what they ask, what it tells you here. Let me just go into, you can see, I can help you with following commands. So if you want to see what the POV is, what was the close status, what was my net income for whatever period, whatever entity, what are my reconciliation statuses? I can look to see that. So what I said was, what is the close status? And then what they do is they tell you what the statuses are. So you can see that I have 30 open tasks, I have 20 late tasks, I have none due today and none due in 7 days. So very powerful. Then, are there any journals to approve? And it tells you how many journals I have to approve, not how many journals are out there to be approved, but how many journals I have to approve. And then it tells you, it gives you the 2 journals that I want to approve. One is intercompany sales adjustment, and intercompany cost adjustment is the second. Then what is the net income for May 2018? It tells me that. So if you are someone who you're trying to juggle 1,000 different things a day, you don't want to have to go in and click on a report to run a report just to find one line item, or go, if you don't have any journals to approve, you don't want to have to go into the journals module to see if you have any that are approved. So this is very powerful and will allow you to have time to do the other 999 things that you have to do that day. So these are our priorities for 2019. So archiving. So archiving of applications or at snapshots. A journals module. We have journals within the Consolidations Close, but what we are coming up with is a journals module that will integrate across the EPM cloud. So between consolidations and reconciliations and planning, and all different things. So we're having a journals module across EPM cloud. The investment register, equity pickup is coming in the not too distant future, as is the simplified chart of accounts. New rate accounts. Today you use either average rate or ending rate within translation, but this will allow you to create additional rate accounts. Automation, so more automation than what we currently have today. You can use automation, you can use EPM Automate to automate a whole suite of a whole series of tasks, but we are expanding what we are automating and how we are automating. And then EPM, platform integration. So today, the Close Manager and Supplemental Data Manager are part of the consolidations in the cloud. What they will do is they are actually going to be integrated within the EPM platform for the cloud so that everybody can use them, not just the consolidation and the reconciliation. And we are renaming Close Manager to Task Manager. So now we're going to talk a little bit about account reconciliation. So we've now have data management integration to transaction matching. So you can use data management to populate transaction matching. We are also able to convert the VAI format into transaction matching using data management. And here are some of the highlights and what we're working on for account reconciliation. So RD underway, the journal tracking, and again, additional enhancements to transaction matching using the period in view, team assignments, and grid search updates. And then we're also looking forward to additional functionality for transaction matching, profile management, and alerting and case management. Okay, so the next items to talk about is reporting. So we're going to talk about management reporting or enterprise performance reporting, management reporting, which is EPRCS for its acronym. So basically, as you can see, management reporting, you can use all of EPM Cloud against management reporting, including planning, consolidation. You can bring multiple different items in. So if I want to do, forecast against, actuals, or budget against actuals, or whatever I'm trying to do within management reporting, I can pull all of those together within one report. And it utilizes the docket framework or the reference docket framework. Again, here's some additional highlights and what we're looking forward to. So they are also going to be moving to the EPM platform. So that is one of the major projects that is underway for them right now, as well as the integration with the ERP Financial Report Center. We're also creating an intelligent SmartView server so that basically it's going to be cloud-based refresh of SmartView content. So it's not just Office-based, so you won't just have to launch Office to do that. You'll be able to do it from within the cloud. Here's some items that we're working on for SmartView. Again, EPRCS, so the ability to refresh the Smart View documents from the web, or the cloud platform multi-grid support, so you'll be able to have multi-grids on one item, and a lot of different things that we are working on, including Office 365 support for on-premise providers. So HFM against Office 365. Okay, so that's the end of my presentation, and I figure you all have a lot of questions. So if you want to ask questions, you just need to go and unmute yourself and ask a question. And Clarence, do we have any questions in chat?
Maggie, I'm actually looking in our chat log currently. There are none. So again, if any of you would like to pose any questions to Margaret to respond to, please, via the Q&A link in the Zoom meeting, please submit those questions there so we can provide those for Margaret for questions and answers.
And while we're waiting on questions, one other thing that I just want to highlight, for 1904, there will not be an EPM cloud release. There will be, we'll resume doing a release in 1905. There will be the option of you requesting the functionality in 1904 as a patch release. The reason we're not releasing has nothing to do with any one feature or functionality or issues with it. We are just providing our QE team the time that they need to complete their testing. They just did not have the time to complete their testing in order for us to release it. And we didn't want to release it without them completing their testing.
We're still waiting on questions in the Q&A. We still don't have it at the moment.
So there's one in chat.
Okay.
It's phase process management in FTCS yet. So process control is there. What you consider phase submissions from HFM is coming in the future, hopefully by the end of the year. But again, safe harbor. What I will do is I will share this presentation. So the next one is, will I be sharing the presentation? And what I'll do is I will make a PDF version of the presentation and send it to Terrence. And then Terrence, if you can share it with them.
We'll do. There's a question in the Q&A regarding the migration utility.
Okay.
The question is, can you clarify HFM on-premise to cloud migrations? Originally, I thought I heard there was a wizard to perform, but when you discussed the latest version for Custom Dimensions, you said that required a rebuild and migration not being possible. So basically, with the migration utility, it sounds like from your presentation, it currently works with 2 custom dimensions. The roadmap has it working with 4. Can you speak to the necessity to rebuild the application as a result of the migration utility versus not needing to?
Right. So I apologize for the confusion. The migration from HFM to to financial close on the cloud is possible. So it migrates. What it migrates to is the 2-dimensional version of a close on the cloud. So consolidations on the cloud. Currently, it migrates to the 2-dimension. In the next couple of months, we will have support for HFM to migrate to the extended dimensionality or the 4-dimension migration. When I said that you had to rebuild for the extended dimensionality, what I meant is from 2-dimension consolidations on the cloud to 4-dimension consolidation on the cloud. That requires a rebuild. Just as it's on HFM, if you wanted to add an additional custom dimension in HFM, you had to rebuild HFM. So it's very difficult to add a additional custom to any application and figure out what you want to do with all of that data. So right now, what you have to do is if you go from the 2-dimensional to the 4-dimensional, it is a rebuild. It's an easy rebuild. It's not a major rebuild. you can, so it's a fairly easy rebuild, and it's documented very well in the admin guide. The next question is, can financial report on-premise be migrated to EPR, MR, or do we have to rebuild? So you have to rebuild from FR to EPR, MR. What FR does is migrate from FR to the FR version on the cloud, which is not EPR, MR. So hopefully that makes sense. Does sustaining support include updating the on-prem systems to new versions of Internet Explorer or other browser support? No, it does not. And then, Terrence, the next one's for you about the presentation.
Okay, we'll forward that to our marketing department relative to presenting the presentation to those attending. We can actually move to the next question.
So we currently have a custom VB code to do HFM consolidation. What do we expect when we migrate to the cloud? I'm assuming that the reason you have that is, you know, you do it like a stage consolidation or something. You can do that through EPM Automate on the cloud. Can this EPM suite handle the flex budgeting? I would say yes. I am not a planning and budgeting expert. I am consolidation and close expert, but I would say yes. If you can send me that question, I can get that answered from our planning team. Does this EPM reporting an alternative to Envision reporting in PeopleSoft? I can find that answer out for you on that one. I am not familiar with Envision reporting in PeopleSoft. All right, looks like we have another one. Okay. All right, anybody have any other questions?
There's one other question in the chat regarding data in this space.
Okay, let me go to chat. Okay, hi, since data is stored in S-Space, how is historical data stored when there are changes to a product stored when it changes product family? Or how is a journal entry is stored if it moves from one department to another over time? So I guess the data is stored in S-Space. What you do is you actually move your metadata items around, and then you refresh your database, which updates your S-Space database. So hopefully that answers that question. If you can think about it from an HFM terminology, when you went through and you changed your metadata for HFM, you were offline, right? So if you moved a member to a new parent or whatever, then when you imported that metadata, you updated the database. So what you do in EPM Cloud is you modify that metadata, and that's modifying it on the UI. And then when you refresh the database, you're pushing those changes into S-Space. So it's the same type thing. So when I'm doing it on the UI in EPM Cloud, it's just like I was doing metadata in HFM. And then when I refresh the database, it's like I'm loading the data into HFM.
Are there any other questions?
Thanks, everybody, for attending. We appreciate it. And if you have any additional questions, please, you can drop them to me at margaret.reed@oracle.com. Or I'm sure Terrence, you can send Terrence an email as well.
Absolutely. Again, a couple questions. If there are none, I want to first thank you guys for attending today's web session. What's new and what's coming in Oracle Consolidations Cloud. Also want to give a special shout out and thank you to Margaret for hopping on and so graciously accepting the ask to present on what's coming in Oracle Financial Close. With that, we want to thank you guys for attending today's session, and we'll make it a point to respond to all questions that we received to make sure you guys get appropriate responses. With that, thank you guys for attending. Have a great day.